fine. I'm down. I can't see. Need to go.
Welcome everyone to the social van. Feeling Kyle sick of the bullshit. So here they are, reppin' C+, ready to turn every podcast to dust. So sit down and shut the fuck up, cause when in doubt, fuck your couch. Welcome everybody to the social vent. Yeah!
Oh, fuck work.
Yeah, work sucks. I agree.
No, they stuck me in Cabrizo. You know Cabrizo, right?
Yeah. You don't like
they
Cabrizo?
had one person there for like 2 hours straight by themselves.
Oh, dang.
And that place gets fucking busy.
That's what happened to, what is that Mexican one? But I don't know if it's still there.
It's Cabrizo.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
God,
Shit.
coming from the Mexican way. But no, it's Cabrizo.
I was thinking.
It's like you do overnights or something. Jeez.
I do that. It's like a disease you can tell. Oh, she does overnights.
Well, let's start the show then.
Sounds good to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's KMV, the Sexy Ninja. This is the Social Vent Podcast, brought to you every Saturday. And as you notice, I do a little bit things differently when Big Daddy's not here. I don't know. When me and him get together, it's like, let's fucking just cruise. But I have a special guest. She's on time, and I wasn't.
Yay.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Selena. I have
Why'd you
no
put your
cool
hands
names. Because I always do that, you know. Now they can't see me.
I was like, why are you putting up your
doing
hands?
my cute face pose, but you guys can't see me. Anyways, I'm Selena.
Wait, why'd you wave at it? You got the fingers? By the way, she's waving at you with the finger points and stuff like, yeah. Well,
I'm sorry.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. It's funny as we're sitting here and there's literally nobody looking at us.
I know.
Yet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what happens when I do like my vlogs. I'm here doing a podcast real quick before I go to work, and people are walking by like, what the fuck is he doing?
Why
I'm
are
like,
you talking to him?
why are you talking to him? So I'm like, cut the special, leave me alone. Jesus. How was your week?
It was long. It was good, but long. A lot of stuff was happening this week. I feel it was just unnecessary, but yeah, no.
Fuck, I
That's
know.
life.
Well, you know what happened to me.
Yeah. Let's talk about that, Tyler.
God damn. I had an anxiety attack for the first time ever in my life.
How did that make you feel?
Like shit. Do you know what's fucked up? Is I think I told you this. Is I used to make fun of people who told me I have anxiety. And, you know, and it's not like fuck the fuck up. But you noticed that I was shaking.
Yes.
And then,
Very bad.
Yeah, and then like at the end, I burst into tears before I went into work. Then I had to clean my makeup and mascara and all that, you know.
Make yourself pretty
Make
again.
myself pretty again. And
Let nobody know.
then it looked like I just got dumped or something, you know.
Oh my
But
God.
no, it was pretty shitty. It was a really shitty day, and it didn't get any better. And like you've said you've dealt with anxiety.
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm a girl. I feel like every girl
I'm a girl.
deals with it at least once a month during that special time of the month.
Oh,
'Cause
yes.
so many things. Girls get so emotional. And even if you're not on, you know, your menstrual cycle or whatever, I feel like girls just in general, because we're so attached to our emotions, we get into things too deep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like it could be anything, but that could be anyone. Like you witnessed it, because you're that go-to friend. I call them, like, you know, the go-to friend, because everyone talks to you about everything, so you have everyone coming at you, wanting advice.
Yeah. And you know, and I don't mind it.
Yeah,
I never
no.
mind it. It's so weird. Is like I like helping people. I like making sure people's days are made. And even though, you know, with all of us and the way we joke, and sometimes it gets a little mean, but it's not mean.
It's not
just
mean. Yeah.
Fun.
You know you're messing around.
Yeah, but you know, we have a good time, and I always like helping people because I have some friends that are going through some stuff, and I'm like, yeah. Then just that day, it was like, my energy was here, my energy was here, energy was here. Then like I was driving, and then my wife, her back was all fucked up, and couldn't help. I felt helpless. I couldn't help her, and driving to work, and I had to leave her alone, and the kids acting up, and I'm driving. Then this really sad song comes on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait till you hear the song. It's done. You're like,
driving,
fuck.
And I'm driving. Then it's like the whole world, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. I was like, it is. It is.
You get me.
You get me song. And like I get the lump on my throat. And I'm like, don't. And then like right when I parked, it just waterworks. And I was just like, oh my fucking God.
Sometimes that's all you need to do though, is just cry, let it out. It helps. Or
I thought I got past this sort of thing because I cry at movies all the goddamn time. Like, you know what I mean? Like I cried at Rambo, but
no, that's different.
Yeah, it's different.
That's a different cry.
That movie makes me feel like a man at the end. No, but the review we did, it's online right now, with me, Big Daddy, and Flicks. Like I was in the theater, literally, and a really sad, fucked up part happens, and I'm like, then like the tears start rolling down. I'm just like, and then Big Daddy's over here on my left, and he's always gonna clown me. So I was trying so hard not to wipe my face. So there was some moments where I was like this,
trying to like get it on the sleeve.
Get it on the sleeve of the chair. My arms are crossed, and all of a sudden,
over there.
Then when I see him barely look over, I'm like. He's like, motherfucker, you cry every time, every damn man. Like, I don't know, and that's what I thought. I was like, well, I cry at movies at all the goddamn time. You know, what's the one movie I was talking to somebody about? We were talking about today. Oh, you seen World's Greatest Showman?
No.
You've never seen it?
No, it's the one with Zac Efron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched it.
Well, Hugh Jackman's the star.
Yeah.
Zac Efron's
okay,
the co-star,
well,
so just letting you know.
Sorry. I have not watched it just because I heard so many conflicting reviews about it, and I actually want to sit down and watch it myself. It's on Netflix now, so I'm going to eventually watch it. I just haven't gotten to it.
Let's do a podcast on that in the future.
I'm down.
I love that fucking movie so much.
I've heard good and bad things, but I feel like the bad things I've heard, it's from people who really criticize movies, like they want to be like movie directors and stuff.
Well, so, I'm writing a movie right now, and I want to direct someday. But the thing about me is I can be like a real dick when it comes to movies, but like in certain hindsights, like when we do pop flicks is more of the he attacks the movie. You know?
That's.
But me and him have been friends for so long, some of that's rubbing off.
You're just like,
no, fuck this. But no, World's Greatest Showman. I saw it drunk. It's the only way. It's the best way to see my.
So you really cried?
Oh my god! Yeah, I did. There's this beautiful scene with Zendaya.
Yeah.
And Zac Efron where they're singing a song.
Is it the part when they like swing?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I just watched that one like scene.
Yeah. that song is so fucking beautiful because they're saying they can't be together because she's black and he's white, and the song is just like that's one of my favorite soundtracks of that. It jumped on my fucking favorite soundtracks.
Oh, okay.
And like that part, and I remember just sitting there just bawling, and my wife was like, "What's wrong? They just want to be together, but they can't. She's black, and fuck the world, man." And she's like, "Oh my god!" I was just like, "You don't see it. You're cold. You're heartless.
You're a cold-hearted bitch."
And she was just like, if anyone's the bitch right now, it's you.
She's like, well, I mean, right now it seems like you are the one that's
let's see. A Star is Born.
I have, yes.
I
that one
fucking
that
lost
one got
it.
me. That one got me pretty deep because I was like, dang. Because the thing about it is, it's like literally it's all real, and Lady Gaga's actually coming out about how she started, and like I never nobody actually ever knew about this guy really because it's when she first started.
Yeah, well, it's dope. Is like because this is I think the third movie and third remake of A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
But they really went with Lady Gaga's story, which I love Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm a huge fucking Lady Gaga fan. And I'll say that on the podcast right fucking now because I get people, but it's just because I love music.
Just so you know. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's how I am. I hate, like, with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift sucks. I'm like, I like her.
I like Taylor Swift.
I'm sorry.
You know, there's a lot of juggalos who listen to this and are like, the fuck, man? I'll be like, I think I've told you guys this before. I just love music so much, and I'm just so enthralled. And sometimes I like...
For me, it's just the melodies and the way, like, like, how...
Someone sings something.
Or, like, just words and how everything goes together. I get it.
Yeah, I always tell people there's no shame in my game. You know, I'll listen to anything. And, you know, I'm always going to be based in horrorcore or hip-hop or whatnot. You know, those are, like, the base of the foundation. But as I grow older, you know, I love Frank Sinatra. I love Elvis Presley. I love country. I love everything that can get me, like, involved.
Yeah, for sure.
And with Lady Gaga, it's the same way. And then I went back and I got the soundtrack for A Star Is Born on vinyl.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. And because I love that soundtrack so much.
Good soundtrack.
And the movie as it went, and then when he like killed himself.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and like when I watched that part, I was like her manager was like, "You're such a fucking dick. Why would you tell him that?" Like you could already tell he was going through problems.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, you can't be doing this. Either you stop doing this or you leave. Like, you're ruining your reputation. And he's just like, he took...
Oh, yeah. That's just so sad.
Yeah, I was like, damn it, no.
No, without, like, honestly, and then when she sings the song, like, after, you know... And I was just like, that's when the waterworks just fucking came. And then once again, I was like, are you serious? I was like, she's did that and she's singing it. God.
You're like, you don't understand.
You don't understand. She goes, it must be that time of the month for you. I'm like, probably is.
You know what? Yeah, it is, actually.
Yeah, it is. Run away, like, arms flailing.
No, but just that, like, actual, like, I have watched a whole bunch of reviews on her, not reviews, what do you call it, damn it?
Like docs and
interviews
and
interviews,
stuff.
There you go, reviews. I meant to say interviews.
It's okay.
And she, like, talks about how she kept that part of him closed off to so many people just because, like, he was such a big part of her life, because, like, it's actual true events that happened, like, the person she actually fell in love with actually killed himself. And it was just kind of like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Because, like, she talks about it and you can just see, like, she's like, I mean, I've gotten over it, but you can't really get over something like this. You can't get over a suicide that, like, you, like, she's like, the one thing I feel like anyone that has, like, dealt with a suicide, they always feel like they could have done something. And you can tell, like, she's just... That's how she feels, and it's just so sad. And
yeah, it is. And for me personally, I'll let you in on something. I've told the podcast people. Well, I told the audience before, but I am a survivor of attempting suicide. Yeah,
Kyle,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I'll show you, like on my wrist there. Yeah, this was like God, a long time ago. It was a really bad breakup. You want to know why I broke up with her?
Let's get into this.
You're like, that was therapy. No, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but the relationship was a bit toxic because we fought all the goddamn time. Yeah. All the goddamn time. You okay? You crying?
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Is my story that sad?
Yeah, I just got started.
I didn't tell you, but we started binging Smallville together. And, you know, as the show went along, I kept on with the show, and, like, we just kept on arguing, but it was, like, my go-to show, you know? It was just, like, I just binged it. It made me happy. And then I started taking advice from the movie, like, with Clark. And,
well, you're sitting there, you're like, wait, I think it was this episode.
I think it was this episode. And, like, with the whole thing with him and Lana. Then it's just, like, then he's like, well, if I really do love her, I need to let her go because blah, blah. And then I was just like, I do love her. And then I went and I broke up. I did the breakup. And then I got in that weird state of like, wait a minute, why'd I do that?
Yeah.
And Like, I want you back. Because we lived together, too. That's what was so shitty.
Yeah, no, I feel you so much, Kyle.
But I went about it the wrong way. And it got worse, progressively worse, as I think she went out with somebody or something like that. And then I got in a really dark fucking place. And I did it. Then, like, it happened. Bada bing, bada boom. I woke up the next day in the hospital, survived. Family was there. Then I got sent to the fucking loony bin. And that shit sucks. Because they're like, here's a sheet. Here's a sheet. Where's your belt? So, you know, like they took everything. And you're on watch for like 2 to 3 days or some shit like that. And I was already good by the first day. Because I'm that type of person that can like just
you're just like, what the fuck did I do?
Like when you saw me with that day with anxiety attack, and you see me the next day just like making dick jokes or something like that. That's just the way I am. I can bounce back pretty quick. Yeah. And like after the first night, I was just like, yo, I'm fucking cured. They're like, you keep telling yourself that. I'm like, no, fuck, dude. You're like, I think it's just because I didn't want to be there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And then I went through, and then I moved back to the res for a little bit. With my grandparents, had a few like little snafus here and there, and the moment happened where it got really dark because I was still in contact with her, and that's where I just fucking stopped because I was like, why the fuck? Why the fuck am I giving this person power? And you know, and I feel terrible. I still feel terrible to this day. I wish I could write her a letter and say, hey, I'm really sorry I put you through that. You know,
you kind of grew up, and you know, I get it.
And you know, it's like to this day, I remember talking to Big Daddy. I was like, yo, man. I go, he's like, do you really want to write a letter? I was like, yeah, I want to say I'm sorry.
Yeah, just to say that. Yeah, I feel that with. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know
about my past relationship.
Was it like 10 baby daddies or something?
12.
12. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. No,
I shoot for the stars.
When me and him broke up, we were together going on to 7 years. And at that time, it's like you never think that anything is wrong, and you always try to better the relationship, like even though you're kind of doubting it a little bit. Yeah. And the way I see it, like, he was a really great guy. He really was. But at the end of the day, I guess I was the one that was like, hey, we need to sit down and talk about these things. Because I wasn't seeing where any of it was going. And I felt like we were growing apart so much that, like, it finally came down to, we talked, and it was just like, okay, we're going to break up. And then it was like, hey, if we get back together, we get back together. We lived in the same house, not the same room, the same house. And it was just kind of like,
awkward and shitty.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah. And then once it comes down, like, how's your day? Yeah, well, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, bye.
At least there was talk. Mine was like a TV show decided. A TV show made my decision for me. Yeah. And I will always blame Smallville for that.
No, I mean, that's good, because, like, at the end of the day, you don't really know if that's what you needed. Like, if you were already doubting, like, that much into it, like, not doubting it, but questioning yourself that hard, then something needed to happen. Because the way I see it is, because the one thing that still gets me to this day is that person, like, I know, like, I hurt them. Like, and, like, don't get me wrong, it hurt me too, because I lost a lot. But the way, like, how I'm seeing it now, it's like we were so young. And, like, I'm not saying that, like, high school relationships won't work or anything, but just ours in particular just didn't work out because we started wanting different things, and it was just kind of at that point to where it was like, well, shit, we never really got to go out and experience life, really, and it kind of just hit different, and at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, we realized, because we tried, at first, it was like he hated me. We got into such huge arguments that we've never even gotten to when we were dating. And it just became a huge thing where it was toxic. So we're like, don't talk to each other. And then 3-4 months later, we're like, okay, maybe we can just talk a little bit. We can kind of be friends, you know. And then once I got to a relationship, that's when all hell broke loose again. And like you were saying, just the guilt, like, it personally made me feel like shit, because I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt you. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and, like, rub it in your face or anything, but like my dad says, life moves on, and either you grow together or apart. And
It happens.
at that time, we grew apart, and just remember that
there's always something else out there, and you know, for
life
me,
grows.
yeah.
And see, you found your wonderful wife and beautiful daughter. So
Hell yeah, you know, it all works out in the end, you know.
For sure.
But like I remember, like, and then I moved back, and I went to start to work for Goodwill, and she kind of popped back up, and she came over, and it was like, oh, okay. Then, like, for some fucking stupid reason, all those little emotions you had,
yeah,
like,
come back, yeah.
I was like, hey, you know? But then she was with somebody at the time, and it was just like, no, you know, it can't do this and that. Then, like, next day, like, I remember seeing her, I was just like, hey, you want to hang out? And then it, like, ended up into, like, a fucking argument, and that I think that was pretty much the last time I saw her, and I think I spoke to her a while back saying, like, hey, do you want your stuff, you know, or something like that. And
Damn, she left some of her stuff?
no, my stuff.
Oh.
When I did what I did, I was not allowed to go back to that apartment.
Oh, okay.
And I was not allowed to get my shit. I got some of it, but there's a lot of it that just got lost. And, you know, when they asked, I was kind of like, do I really want to, you know, do I really want to look at that stuff and love it, you know? Because where I'm at, and, you know, then meeting my wife, and yeah, you know, I've had shit ton of bumps in the road. I say that's the biggest one, and that's why I try so hard to push, like, positivity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I try to tell people, like, it's okay, man. Like if I can survive this,
yeah,
and, like, be where I'm at now, got a roof over, I got a beautiful family, wife and daughter, I got a roof over our head, I'm working, you know, this and that, I'm doing a podcast, I'm doing vlogs, I'm motivating people, I'm getting people to listen to other people's music.
Yeah.
That's the fucking key right there.
Oh, for sure.
It's fucking dope. And, like, when I could talk to you about it, and you're like, oh shit, then, like, you know, with your boyfriend and his podcast and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, and then you're like, hey, this is how we did it. And we're sitting in a fucking car talking to a phone, you know. Yeah. And what's so funny is, like,
you're just like, you can do anything, Selena. Like, I was like, wait, you what? I was so confused. I was like, oh.
Well, what's so funny is, like, me and Big Daddy talked about it. Like, we want to start a how-to guide for the Broke Man's podcast. Hey. Because everything when we started was fucking for free. Yeah. Audacity is free. A bunch of other stuff that we use. The phone app was like, I think that was like $3 for unlimited, whatever, what I'm using right now. Yeah. And, you know, that was it. And then it was the phone. Then I go throw it on Audacity, clean it up. Bam. I made us an intro on Audacity with my daughter, like, you know, and we made the intro, and that was it. That was C Studios. We started there, then we just kind of gradually grew, and, you know, now we're on YouTube all the fucking time doing vlogs and this and that, and it's just like
it just grows, which is great.
Yeah, when you know, for us, we're like, you know, what's so fucking funny is, like, I remember, when you were telling me about your boyfriend's podcast and how they had the chairs, they had the stands, they got mic stands, you know, and this and that. Me and Phil were like, we still fucking do the phone, because we did buy a lot of equipment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because we're like, we had the phone. We're like, we need mics. Oh, we need this. You know. Oh shit, we got to have a really nice podcast fucking system. But we always converted back to just being in the car and just talking to the phone. Yeah, it's a totally different atmosphere, honestly. Like it's different, and I like it. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, and you know, a lot of people are like, why do you do your reviews in the car? I was like, we basically call this C Studios. Like, this is the studio. This is the studio, y'all. Phone hanging, and we're talking, and you're catching all of it. But that's the beauty of, you could do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. And when we started, it was like that. We were like, oh, fuck. Like, okay, well, SoundCloud. And then we're like, no, nobody goes to fucking SoundCloud. And like, you know, and we're like, okay, then when we rebooted the whole fucking thing, we're like, oh, and we're still learning. Yeah. We're still learning. Which is cool. Like, I like that I can talk to you guys and, like, give them information. Like, oh, well, this is what they said they We're not giving them all the information, though. We're not giving them the fucking golden goose egg that we made. We're not letting them know what's going on. No, but
so that's great.
there's some talks there, what I talked to you about earlier. We're not going to say it now.
Yeah, for sure.
Not going to say it now.
I haven't even told them. Talk to him. So
oh, wow. When you listen to this, you'll know now.
You'll know. Yeah, but it's just really good. It's really awesome to see, like, him interested in it so much. Like, I wasn't ever interested in stuff like this until it became kind of like a part of who I'm dating. So it's really cool, like, just to hear. I mean, I was interested in it just listening to it, but actually making it and stuff, it's actually more fun. Like, I was, like, scared at first. I was like, I don't like to hear my voice. I don't want to talk.
No, I love, like, my wife knows when I'm putting the vlogs together, because I use this phone here.
Uh-huh.
I do all my vlogs on this phone.
Okay.
All the editing and everything like that. So I am looking at myself 24/7 when I'm editing, or am I listening to myself or this and that. And my wife's like, you're so egotistical. I was like, I know, but I just have such a sexy voice. Like, you know.
You're like, it just sounds so good.
It just sounds so good. I have a voice for radio. What can I say? You know, no shame in my game. I'll tell the fucking truth.
Right. Yeah, no. So it's really great. I'm starting to like it more and more. And just talking about random stuff. It's just,
yeah, and
it's a whole new field that I never thought I'd be interested in.
And for us, I remember when we started, we're like, we're nerds. We're going to talk about nerd shit. And we're going to be like, oh, hey, we're going to talk about news. And we did the news thing, and then we did segments. Mm-hmm. We did, you know, I think you remember some of them.
Yeah.
Like, we did segments. We're like, oh, this is double barrel news. And we had little sound effects and shit like that. Then we talked about wrestling and another. Then me and Big Daddy kind of just pulled it back. We're like, this is kind of fucking stupid.
Like, we're going too into this.
Yeah, I'm like, let's just talk. And so the show has evolved to, you're a fly on the wall, and you're just listening in on two people. It's fucking cool. Like, I like when people comment, they're like, man, they go, I wish we could just talk shit with you. I was like, fuck, man, if we can make time. I love fucking talking to people. Like, I try to get Brad to come on this.
Yeah, no, that's Brad's, really wants to go on, my boyfriend's in theirs too.
Oh, really wants to go on there? So,
no,
fuck you, Brad! Fuck you! No, I'm just kidding. No, I talked to him.
He'd want to get on yours too. Brad's, like, pretty funny. And like, all of you guys, like, I was, like, talking to my boyfriend. I was like, it's crazy how all of you guys kind of have the same mind. Like, in the sense
But we started this first.
I know.
Like, calm down. Get all territorial. We started it. Hold the fuck on. We're the first place to start it, you know.
No, what I mean is, like, I could only fucking imagine what would happen if all of you guys were to get into a room and just fucking start talking. Like, I could just, oh man. It'd be great.
Have you seen our Rambo review yet?
Yes, I have.
God damn. It's so fun when you have that many people that are so...
And especially if they're into it and, like, they know what they're talking about, like, they're not just agreeing and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like, well, for one, that's just how Brad is in general, so yeah, it would be...
No, like that, like, Skylar.
Skylar, yes.
I want Skylar on the show, too.
Is he still around here? I thought he left.
No, he's, I think he's gone for, like, the next month or whatever. Then he's moving back. Then he's going to find another job or something.
Because I ain't coming back.
No, you know, and we were talking about it, and the thing about it was, I was like, dude, I want you. Like, when I talk to people and I can get a good vibe, like, talking to you and this and that, and talking to just other people, and me and Big Daddy's like, yo, we should get them on the podcast. They can talk some shit. Let's talk some fucking shit. Like,
let's go there.
Let's go. And yeah, and you know, and there's certain news I like to talk about. Like, I believe it's gonna be Batman Day this weekend, but
Batman Day?
Yeah, you know it's a thing, right?
No, I do now.
Yeah, now you fucking know. Batman Day. God damn, get all pissed off, get out of the car, and just walk around for hours.
Pacing back and forth.
Yeah, you're like,
how dare you not fucking know?
Hi guys, he's just out there making
He's just, walking back and forth, throwing his hands up in the air, yelling.
He's speaking Yiddish now. I think he's speaking Spanglish. I don't know what he's saying.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah, I really like this part. I like how we can talk about a whole bunch of different things. Like the last time we talked and Big Daddy was here, it was like a whole bunch of shit talking, and now it's kind of serious stuff. It's great how things can go.
Well, for you,
back and forth.
Seeing how me and Big Daddy do it, driving around.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I gotta ask you this. Since you've been listening to us,
yes.
What made you like the show? You're like, nothing. I just tell you I like it.
I'm trying to make you feel good.
I'm trying to boost your confidence.
No. I like how real in time it feels. Like you, if you guys were just sitting there talking. Well, but then again, I know you guys personally, so I don't know if that works the same. But it just feels like I'm sitting here talking to you guys, or like, just shit talking and getting to know you guys. It was like that kind of feel of. It's just inviting, and like you just feel welcomed, and it's just funny. Like,
yeah, and when we get, what's so weird is like when we get actual like people who really don't know us around us, they're like, wait, what the? You guys are actually like that?
You guys are like this 20, like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't, like for me, it was just like these, like I was just like, dang, it was just like nice because it's like that vibe.
Yeah.
And I just know how you guys are, but it's yeah. People are like, hold on.
Yeah, sometimes we'll turn it up a little bit, but sometimes it'll get to the point where it's just like, bam, 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 bam. Like last night, I really wish we caught the podcast. Like on time.
Yeah.
Like we did. Like after we got done with Rambo. I'm not gonna say what we talked about. I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah.
But it was just like, we should record this. But like, but this is gonna bite us in the ass 10 years from now. And Big Daddy's like, well, we said worse. I was like, not worse is this, but
the worst.
But they're gonna dig that up and be like, hey, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Huh?
like every celebrity ever, like, oh well, in 1995 you put this post up on Facebook. Like shit.
In 2019, Mr. KMP, you said you were gonna spread eagle. Yes, I did. And I did that night with my wife.
If you guys really want to go into this.
You really want to go into it. I even grab my nutsack and I kind of stretch it to the side and I make it fucking fly when I move my hands up and down as fast as I can, okay?
Oh gosh.
Oh, wow. We got
that went in there.
Yeah.
No, but see, stuff like this. I just... It'd be better if if you had like more guys here, it probably would have just evolved right there. But sorry, I can't go that far. I don't have a ball sack, so I'm just gonna say it. Wow.
I was about to say, I was like, well, there's other things that you could use to flap.
Yeah, but it's like oh my goodness.
Oh man, like today, I finally saw Rocket Man.
Okay.
And I was talking to somebody about it, and the one of the girls was like, "Oh, what'd you think?" I was like, "It's okay." I was like, the thing that pissed me off was everyone was like, "There's a sex scene, a gay sex scene,"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" see dicks and mouths, see people come, and then she was like, "Wait, what?" I was just like,
she's like, "Hold
on, aren't you married?" I was like, "But it doesn't mean I like seeing another dude suck another man's dick." Come on. This is like, especially in a movie with like a musical, I was like, fuck, who's swallowing first? And she was just like, and it was just so funny. She's like, oh my God. I was just,
I'm just gonna walk away now.
And I was like, then I watched it and I had a semi-chub. No, not happy. I rated the movie an F.
You're like, you know what? This was just too, you guys.
You had Elton John and you couldn't get it to that point? Well, fuck you.
You could have done so much with this scene.
Let me direct it. Butthole shots and, just straight snowballs and everything. But that's the thing that's so funny about controversy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's controversy. It was like what the fuck was it? Beauty and the Beast.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Remember, like, oh my God, a gay character in a Disney movie. And I was like, oh shit, whose dick is he sucking? I was like, Gaston's? I was like, did they get busted behind the shed or something?
Right?
I got excited.
They make it sound like it's I don't know. I feel like, like, especially nowadays, it doesn't matter what the hell you do, you're gonna piss somebody off.
Yeah.
There's gonna be someone that's like on the opposite side of you, which is what I always like my little sister, I tell her, like, stop worrying about what other people are doing and thinking, because you're always gonna have that one person that is like, oh my gosh, no, you can't do this or that, or they're secretly running against you. Like, it's just life.
Well, with us in this game for 2 years now. Yeah. Yeah. We've gotten
your friends.
Yeah,
you know
you
your real friends
find your friends, and you find the people who just like to talk shit.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking crazy. But yeah, like with the Beauty and the Beast thing, like I remember like, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll rent the movie. I went and rented it at Redbox, and I was like, this movie kind of sucks. Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite animations, and
see, that's the same with me. And I was actually excited when they came out with the live one. I was like, oh my gosh, because I was like, it's gonna be as good as Peter Pan, because I was like that with Peter Pan.
It's like
I got too excited about Peter Pan,
I know.
guys. Just kidding.
All right, we're gonna take that off. There we go. All right, I'll clean that up in audio. Probably not.
No, but so I was like really excited about it, and don't get me wrong, it was actually, I liked it. It was really good for the most part.
I didn't like the Beast's face. I didn't care for Emma Watson.
Yeah,
I didn't care for her as Belle. But no, the big gay scene when they're all dancing and homeboy like he switches partners and it's like, oh, it's a dude, and it's like, I was like, that's it?
that's about it.
That's what all these religious nuts are fucking screaming about?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It gets crazy. It's like yeah, no.
Yeah, I was just expecting like a beast walking out in the woods and just seeing Gaston like, and he gets up just wiping his mouth. I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
just seeing Beast like this. Nice.
No, yeah, they made it sound freaking crazy horrible, but and I mean, especially in this day and age, like stuff like that comes up, I'm just like, okay, and why is this still bothering you?
Yeah.
Like, why is this still a problem for you guys?
Exactly. We're gonna wind down here so we can get you going, get you to work. All right, y'all. Use our special promo code C+ for Shudder.com/podcast. You get 30 free days on us. Also, like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. Yeah, and just let your friends know about C+ Studios. The social vent is every Saturday. We have a shit ton of content on YouTube you can check out. We'll have you on again for sure. Yay. All of a sudden, you just replaced Big Daddy. Yeah, sorry, Big Daddy. You're like, I'm Big Daddy.
Big Daddy too. Let's go.
Oh, he's going to hear this and be like, the fuck?
Just kidding.
I'm going to hide for a bit, though.
This doesn't even go up. No, but it's great. Today was a great social talk sesh, you know?
The social vent.
Social vent.
The
I know.
social vent.
I just said social talk.
The social. No, don't be like Big Daddy. It was like the Social Network. And I'm like, that's a movie.
It's a movie. That is. I know. It was just nice talking, and
Yeah, we'll chat soon, but let's get you to work. I am K&B the Sexy Ninja.
I'm Selena.
And when in doubt, fuck your couch.
Bye, guys.
Okay. 30 minutes, about 37 minutes. Damn, it's fucking hot.
I know. It's like...